What up, fight fans? And we are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I'm always your host, Edwin, where the all fights start. Round one. So we got an amazing episode here today. I got the stunners on. you know, they're not the real deal, but still, because I'm never gonna front. But anyway, they're the the starts. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we have a lot of amazing boxing to catch up on. We gotta break down this fight with Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani coming. We're days. What is it? Two, 3 days out. So, and then we also have the announcement of Saul Canelo Alvarez fighting in Billy for the WBA World Title Championship. You're not gonna want to miss out. Lock in, tune in. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, and like always, let's hop right into this episode. Let's go. What up, fight fans? Give me a second, real quick. I'm gonna have to use the toiletries real quick. This is the fight we will be talking about. We'll be right back. So, fight fans, we are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I'm always your host, Edwin, where the all fights start. You know it, round one. Hey, what's up, Frontline? What it do, my bro? What it do? Yo, we got this big fight right here. Junto Nakatani versus Naoya, the Monster Inoue. And of course, as we all know, we also have David Benavidez fighting on the same day, later on that day in Las Vegas against Zuldo Ramirez for a unification. Now, Naoya Inoue is fighting for four belts versus Junto. The stakes are much higher in the Japanese fight. There's more on the line. You have Naoya Inoue putting up all four belts plus the Ring Magazine belt. And Junto is moving up to a new weight division where he has already had a fight there where Hernandez. Many spectators believe that Junto struggled in the fight and that Junto couldn't find his rhythm or his range against the crafty, durable, and relentless Hernandez. Hernandez, one of Mexican's finest, really shocked the world with his performance against Junto, I believe, because no one thought that Hernandez was going to stick around in the fight. They really thought that Junto was going to take this fight to make a statement. I believe the statement was made from the Mexican side on that night. Although I've always said you cannot read into a fight, one fight from a fighter. You can't just sit back and say, okay, now Junto is not as good as we thought. Styles make fights, and Junto's style is the style that most observers feel that will defeat Naoya the Monster Inoue. Now, can Rudy Hernandez and Junto come up with a game plan to really not just go in there and survive against the monster, but dethrone him? A lot of fighters and a lot of analysts have always said that the majority of the fighters that Naoya Inoue has fought, they have been afraid of him. They have been afraid of his speed, his power. They have been felt the intimidation from Naoya Inoue. And I really think that Junto can make this a fight. I think if anyone knows how to endure, how to stay focused, how to understand just because you lost a round or two, the fight isn't over. I don't think that Junto's the type of fighter that's going to check out in the fight. I think that, you know, Naoya Inoue is definitely going to push him. He's definitely going to push him. He's going to push the pace. And I think that Junto he's resilient enough. He's smart enough. I think that this fight has 12 rounds written all over it. That's one side. And the way I'm looking at, the way I can view it, that's one way. Now, I think that if Junto or Naoya Inoue in this fight get in trouble, I think both men possess the abilities, the skills, and the powers and speed, timing, and accuracy to finish the other fighter. You can't leave a fighter like Naoya Inoue around. Even if you drop him, if you were to be so lucky as to drop him in a fight, don't leave him sticking around. Just ask Luis Pantera Nari and Roman Cardenas. When they put the Japanese superstar down in the fights that they were in, they didn't win the fight. Now, did they? No, they didn't. So, I think that if anybody smells blood in this fight, they're going to have to attack. You can't afford to leave these type of fighters sticking around in the fight, and willing themselves back in the fight. I think that Naoya Inoue is just a technician in that ring. He's very dangerous, very accurate. And I think that, Junto, although very long, lengthy, I really don't see him on the same speed as Naoya Inoue. No. I think that Junto is fast, but he's not Naoya Inoue fast. I think that Junto can hit, but I'm not sure if he can punch like Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue has real knockout power. Junto does too as well. He has real, Junto punches strong. But I noticed so far that Junto can only punch when he's stationed and set. When he's punching strong is when he already hit the guy with a big shot. He starts to follow him and finishes him off. Sometimes he hit guys coming in and did drop him. Yes, but he's set. Naoya Inoue can hit you like that from anywhere. From anywhere. And he's proven it. He doesn't have to be set, nothing. He could be moving and boom. When he hit Payano, he was going forward. Jab, boom, forward, boom. He wasn't standing there like this. Boom, boom, boom. It looks like Junto hits pretty hard when he's grounded. A moving target, and a guy that's fighting you moving fast. Let's see if he could do it like that and really hurt Naoya Inoue. I know that Junto got power in the sense where guys have moved around him and he hit him, boom, right? Not the same caliber as Naoya Inoue. Not the same. Not the same. Naoya Inoue is battle tested. I even interviewed Nonito Donari, right? I just interviewed him yesterday on the Boxing Voice. If you want to check it out, you can go to the Boxing Voice. I think it's like an hour and something into the video or something like that. An hour and 20, around there, around the timestamp. You'll find it right around there. And I asked Nonito Donari, I asked him, I said, listen, Nonito, as far as I'm concerned, you gave Naoya Inoue the best fight he's ever had. You put him through the hardest challenge. You really tested his durability, right? I want you to talk about some of the success you had with Naoya Inoue and what worked for you. He went on in the video to explain, what successes he had. I believe that Nonito Donari, he's one of the only fighters that won the most rounds against Naoya Inoue. I believe he is. And I think he has some of the most success with him. He went 12 hard fought 12 rounds where Donati was hit with a real good body shot. You know, it kind of crippled him. But shout out to Nonito for not wanting to check out in the fight, not looking for an exit. He was hurt. He was hurt. Donaire was hurt. Donaire got up and he fucking sucked that shit up like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fuck it, let's get it, baby. You know what I'm saying? And a true warrior, Nonito Donati, shout out to you. And, you know, I wanted to hear from a man that actually shared the ring with Naoya Inoue. What makes him so special? So special. And he said, although he believes that Junto is a good fighter, strong fighter, pretty quick, he's just not Naoya Inoue quick, sharp, accurate. Naoya Inoue can touch you up from, you know what I'm saying, like different angles. He has a variety of selection of punches. Naoya Inoue, he could throw any punch there is in the book, any punch from any angle. Naoya Inoue, for the record, I remember one guy said, yeah, Terrence Crawford can switch lefty to righty. Well, Naoya Inoue, in fact, I went back and watched some of his fights. He has switched to the lefty position in fights before. He just really hasn't utilized it. It's kind of like Michael Jordan shooting the three. When they said, Mike, you can't shoot the three, went out there and lit him up, didn't he? And he was like, Mike just walked off like this. You know what I'm saying? These are just weapons and things about Naoya Inoue. You still have not seen Naoya Inoue's full potential. That's what's scary. That's what's scary. And a lot of onlookers and spectators are talking about Junto Nakatani and how good he is, but they're forgetting to mention how good Naoya Inoue is getting to as well. You see Junto Nakatani in these training videos after the Hernandez fight. What the hell you think Naoya Inoue was doing? Vacationing? No. He's up there putting in the work. And I'm going to tell you right now, look, with a Naoya Inoue fight, for one, I've never seen a boring Naoya Inoue fight in my life. Never, not even close. A Junto boring fight? That could be argued, right? But I'm telling you, this Japanese card, Naoya Inoue's kid brother is on the co-main event. And if you like Naoya Inoue, right, you're going to like his kid brother. Although Naoya Inoue's kid brother does not possess the type of power his older brother has, he is very skilled. Takuma, he is very skilled. Now, Takuma, you know, if you go to BoxRec and you will look up his knockout percentage ratio, Takuma has a 23% knockout ratio. Not like older bro with a 90%. Junto is up there in the 75s percent knockout ratio. I think that fight card in Japan is going to be a banger. You could see that they're starting to try to push the time for the American public, so not so early. You know what I mean? So I think that the fight is going to be at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. in the morning, which is good. So they're making them in Japan fight a bit later to accommodate for the American public as well. We have another fight card later on that night. You guys know it, the other monster. Today on the Boxing Voice, a caller called up and said that David the Monster Benavidez is not Mexican. Right? He said, yo, ain't he Bandera Roja? Ain't he Bandera Roja? Yo, I remember that time. Yo, people are going to bring that up. I brought it up. Like, people are going to bring it up. I remember the time, but I understood why he did it. David the Monster Benavidez is Mexican. Okay? And if the man considers himself Mexican, then that's what he is. Who am I to tell him what the fuck he believes he is? If his parent, one of his parents, mom, dad, you know, mom is Mexican, well, then shall be it. You got Mexican blood, brother. I can't, who am I to tell you you're not, right? But a caller calls in and says, You can't just come out tomorrow and start saying you're Mexican. No, because Shakur Steven can't be Puerto Rican. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What a reach, right? He's saying because the fan is talking about during the time where Saul Canelo Alvarez had announced he does not fight Mexican fighters. And lo and behold, David the Monster Benavidez is half and half, right? So I think he's Ecuadorian or some shit like that. What is he? What is he? David the Monster Benavidez. So he said, "Don't worry, I'm not Mexican. I'm this." David the Monster Benavidez. He came out with La Bandera Roja and shit. And I think Mike Tyson gave David the Monster Benavidez the name the Monster. I think so. I think Mike Tyson gave it to him, allegedly. I'm not sure too. I can't recall right now when and where did David start calling himself the Monster. I felt like, the people always called Naoya Inoue the Monster. He didn't call himself the Monster. Like some people, like Ryan Garcia calls himself the self-proclaimed king. He calls himself king. The people don't call him king. They're just repeating a nickname he made up. They'll say King Rai because he made it up. You understand? The people didn't give him that, you know what I'm saying? Like Sugar Ray Leonard, right? He fought so sweet, they called him Sugar. They gave him the name. You understand? And although it might have came from Sugar Ray Robinson or whatever, one of them got it because they fought so sweet. I remember the story. Okay. So it's like most nicknames, sometimes they give it to you. You're not supposed to be like LeBron James. He's a self-proclaimed king of basketball. He called himself the king. But he was never the king. So on May 2nd, I know it for a fact that the Monster, the title, the Monster, that's on the line. The man who can wear that title and defend that name with violence the best will be the real Monster when the smoke clears on this day on May 2nd. You got the Japanese Monster and you got the Mexican Monster up for, and I think that whoever does it best is gonna solidify the name Monster. They can both keep it, but we'll know who the real Monster is. Whoever gives the best performance. Then I went on and I asked an American Mexican fan on the Boxing Voice. This is all on a live. You guys can check this out. So I'm on the live and I asked him, I said, listen, I said, I've been waiting to talk to a Mexican fan, an American Mexican fan, and I want to talk to a born Mexican fan. And I want to see what you guys are saying about this fight against the two Mexican brethren that are fighting. Zurdo, that was born in Mexico, or David the Monster Benavidez that was born in America? Are they going to accept them? Which one would they rather see win for Cinco de Mayo weekend? Who? When Saul Canelo Alvarez is on his way out, the Mexico tradition on Cinco de Mayo weekend, someone's got to grab the torch. But what if it's not the fighter you anticipated? For instance, Navarrete was not supposed to beat Valdez. All the legends in that Mexican fight, they were all on Valdez's side. Oscar Valdez. They didn't think Navarrete was going to win. But Navarrete won. Now, what happens when Oscar de la Hoya beat Julio Cesar Chavez? And I'm going to take it back in two eras, two different times. But the same exact thing happened. The American Mexican beat the born legend Mexican fighter. Not once, twice. So he sealed that. Oscar didn't, Saul didn't pass the torch to Oscar as Mexican fighters traditionally. Oscar snatched it out of his hand and beat him with it. Oscar took the torch from him. There's a difference. And I just wanted to know, like, in this fight, for Mexican fans all over the world, who do you believe can carry this torch? And for Mexican champions, because remember, this adds to the legacy of Mexican champions. You know, I think you guys have like what? What do you guys got? Matter of fact, I made a chart about it. I'm gonna put it up, right? Like the amount of belts the top 5 countries in the world have. Leading the way, of course, is America. We're gonna put this chart up. I want you guys to check this out right here. Right? Okay. Hold up. Sorry. Here, let me put it up here. Right? Let's see how we're gonna do this right here. Wait up, front line. Okay, check this out. This is a chart, right? On your right is the countries with the most boxing champions. America has currently 473 world champions. The next country to behind them is Mexico. Mexico has 66 world champions in Mexico's history. The Brits are coming in. They're closing into Mexico with 143 champions. Japan is in 4th place with 93. And Puerto Rico, it has 68 world champions in boxing. Now, per capita, land capitals and everything, Puerto Rico is number 1. Where you can see 18.8 champions per million. 18.8 a champion per million. Like you see it on the bottom of Puerto Rico where it says the number. Panama is 6.8, 2.0, 2.0. Mexico 1.7. We're 18.8. Per every man born in Puerto Rico, there's 18.8 chance he becomes a world champion. That's a high statistic. That is a really, that is a really high statistic when I come to think about it. Wow. Little Puerto Rico holds its weight, man. It really holds its weight. They're a strong country, man. Yeah, they are. So, in that regards, like for world champions and validation and the people, let me tell you something, Mexico, right? There has been champions for Puerto Rico. We have accepted that we're not island born. Wilfredo Benitez was not born in Puerto Rico. He's a legend for us. He's the youngest champion in boxing history, period. Not just in Puerto Rico, in boxing history, period. He's the youngest world champion ever. I'm not sure no one would ever break that record. Vasily is the fastest tour champion with, I think, 4 professional fights. With only 4 professional fights, Vasily Lomachenko became a world champion. He actually got his shot in his only 2nd professional fight, but Vasily lost that fight. So he would have been a champion in only his 2nd professional fight, which would have been a record that would have stood for a long time. I mean, 4 fights is a remarkable record in itself. I'm not sure if anybody's going to beat that, but yeah. He said, I will. Yo, what's up? Boxing Unwrapped. How you doing? Frontline, come up here. That's a hard record to break, low-key. That's a hard record to break, brother. It's going to be a hard record, man. Some of these records, and I talked about it. Today we were talking about it up on the show over there, and they were talking about the debate with Floyd and Terrence Crawford. Some people feel that Terrence Crawford is better than Floyd, and other people like you guys have lost your minds. Just because Terrence Crawford got undisputed in three separate weight divisions does not mean he was better than Floyd by no stretch of the imagination. Terrence just does not have the names. He's got one solid name, to be honest with you. One name, Terrence Crawford. He's got Saul Canelo Alvarez. That's it. That's all Terrence Crawford got. And Floyd Mayweather fought 26 world champions. And he's got 5 weight divisions. Terrence got 5 weight divisions, but he only fought one time in 2 of the weight divisions. He only got one fight in 2 weight divisions. 168, he fought one time, and 154, he only fought one time. He didn't dominate the divisions, So, and then I turned around and said, that's the thing with boxing, right? That I believe there's room for everything. I believe that although Mayweather has his achievements and accomplishments, I think there's other ways to get into the conversation, into the room. And respectfully, Terrence Crawford did something Floyd never did. That can't be overlooked. Now, just because he did something he never did and he did something he never did, let's just talk facts, reality. I'm not sure if you guys have been around when Floyd Mayweather was pretty boy, but Terrence Crawford, sorry, sir, and I mean this with all respect, my brother, you're not beating Floyd. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You weren't never, Terrence never showed he was that good. I mean, he was good. Terrence is great. Like, he beat the shit out of Errol, but come on, bro. Errol, the way he looked in that ring, come on, guys. Like, and then, it's bad when a fighter makes the other fighter look so below him that it kind of takes away from his performance, you would think. But that's not so. That is not so, because if that was true, then why Floyd Mayweather, looked great against Arturo Gatti? Frontline, what are you doing? Popping in here twice? What do you want? 2 screens? What's going on? The double frontline show?
Nah, I think
Hold
your
on. Let me
reach.
let me put my earplug because I can't hear you. What up?
Yo, I don't know what happened. Your restream booted me out, and then there it goes. Now just that one popped off.
Hold up, because now you out again. Okay, front line. Okay, hold up. Front line is here 3 times.
Yo, that shit keeps booting me out. I don't know what's going on.
It
Never did that
does.
before. Were you fucking with the settings again?
Hold up, hold up. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat and try to go through that, okay? Cause maybe it's because of this new whole thing. So let me just do this real quick. I gotta go to the chat. Boom, 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 boom. I'll give you a new link here. All right. Frontline, you're still in here, huh? That shit is still loading. Look at you.
Look at
Yep.
JC. JC already starting shit. He said,
What the hell is going on? Yeah, I got you.
"You
Go.
heard me? You heard what
What
JC
happened?
said?
What he say? What he say?
He
What he?
said Jarvis done kicked the Inoue hater out."
Ah, that's what it is. They already know. They already know. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You guys got to be impressed, man, by a bantamweight fighter, super bantamweight fighter, bro, selling out 60,000 tickets. The Tokyo Arena houses, the 55. They're extending shit for this dude. So what the hell is going on with Frontline? I got you right here. Hold on. What is going on here?
Yo, that shit keep booting me out.
It does?
Yeah.
All right. I think, wait, hold up. Oh, this is crazy. Why won't it let me have you? What the hell is up with Restream today? Let me see. All right, there you are.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think it's gonna boot you in a second. I don't know what's going on, man.
Probably.
Read the chats. Frontline. Lost him again. What the hell is going on? Okay, hold on. Something's wrong here. Something's definitely wrong. My man is in here 3 times. This is crazy. Okay, hold on.
Yo, do you have anything else playing in the background?
Let's see here. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna lock down everything. No. This is crazy. I don't know. I guess the system's just acting up, bro.
Nothing's playing in the background?
Nothing's playing in the background.
Uh, Maybe they don't like me because I'm gonna talk shit about anyway.
Nah, yeah, that's what I think it is. That's exactly what it is.
But yo,
Try to
shout out
read
to
the
the
chat.
chat. Let me see if it lets me. Yo, shout out to Low Key in the building, Richard in the building. Who else we got in here? The Bull Riders in the building. WMS in the building. WMS says round fucking uno. Low Key said get excited for a monster weekend. Both monsters fight on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Bull Rider says what up, round one in front line. What's the scoop today? Um, Inoue can end up like Pac-Man versus Marquez Quattro. I ain't say you told me to read the chat, so you know I'm gonna read it.
Nah, they got the right to say what they say. There's a boxing channel. It's cool.
It's going to be war early on Saturday morning. Says Low Key. Let me see what else we got in here. Is this Edwin Stark? Laughing emoji. I watched the Iron Man video.
Nice. Thank you.
Naoya ain't no way. That's
Nah,
his
oh
new
yeah,
name.
ain't no way.
The Battle of Monsters says Low Key. Ecuador and Mexican says Low Key. Talk about Benavidez. And you know what's funny? If Suldo ends up beating David Benavidez, which I doubt it, I think Benavidez is gonna pull it off. The Mexicans are gonna say that he's Ecuadorian, he's not Mexican.
Nah, they need to like stop that shit, bro, and come together with these American Mexican dudes, bro. That's just the Westerns, the Americans implementing that into our cultures. Don't you see that
It's all
the
divide. That's what they're trying to do is divide.
yeah, don't you see that the American ways they had first convinced the black Americans that it was cool to kill each other, rap about it, make songs, and you kill each other. Soon the Mexicans adopted that same mindset like that, and they're taking it to the streets in America, just like Puerto Ricans and We all fell in line with their trickery. They made us like this. They made us attack one another rather than looking at your fellow Latin brother as that. You know, there's really no violence in the street, but only what we create. When we walk outside of our house, it's because we create it. If we gave all of ourselves a pass, all Latin cultures, no matter where you walked on that day, didn't matter. If you were Latin, no beef, nothing but handshakes and hugs. They would find another way for us to attack each other. They don't like that unity shit. And as I grew up, I got smarter and I realized, bro, making rap songs about killing your own kind, making videos about disrespecting your own women, talking about me and my boys gonna run a train on her. That's how you value your queens? Or that's how they got you? The Mexicans is out here in these streets killing each other, just like the Puerto Ricans, Ecuadorians, Asians, all Western put in, they'd instill that into us. Don't you see Puerto Rico was an island that ended racism? When the Taino Indians and the Spaniards and the black slaves were over there, what they do? They didn't call you mulatto. They adopted a name as one for all the people on the island. You are no longer Spaniard. You are no longer black, and you are no longer Taino Indian. Then what are we? Boricua. One. We didn't see race, color. Our women were blonde hair with blue eyes, look like Taino Indian women, and black. My grandmother's black as hell. My aunt is white as shit, and my uncle looks like a Spaniard. That's how we were raised. When we came to America, what they do? Kill your own kind, disrespect your women, shoot, blast. And when I see this in boxing, it just reminds me that all is not well with us. It really ain't. If you ask me, David the Monster Benavides wants to represent Mexico, let him. Let him.
Hey, yo, shout out to MC Uno. Listen, Vincent in the building. He says Frontline has a twin. Um, yo, Mr. Miyagi, fuck you. $5 super chat. $5 super chat. He says, salute Jarvis, antivirus boot in Frontline. He's trying to hack the mainframe and spread BS. Oh, shit.
Yo, we got it right here. Stop it. We got
Hey,
it right
yo.
here.
Yo, Mr.
Yo.
Miyagi is caffeine. Mr. Miyagi, you are not allowed to drink coffee or caffeine, any type of caffeine, no more.
Yes, you are. You like that, Miss Miyagi? Drink all the coffee you want. Jarvis said it's okay. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo,
What?
Jarvis, suit off, right?
No, he can't hear
Yeah, hold
you.
on. Wait, hold up. But you got to do it with the super belt right next to you.
Oh, it's downstairs, bro. Yo,
Oh, you're
Jarvis, turn on
slacking.
backup power. Backup power. Turn it off. Jarvis, turn off backup power.
I done
There you
hacked the
go.
system.
Yeah,
I
you
done
want to be
hacked it.
acting up sometimes, try to tell me
Yeah.
what to do in the suit. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
my hack is working right now. The little virus I sent that way.
No, it's not working. No, it's not. It's that you're in my ear, you see, and you're breaking off the Jarvis connection because he's hearing you. So, you know what I mean?
Yo,
It
shout out
might
to
be the
Dwayne
virus.
Dwayne Styles in the building too.
Who?
Dwayne in the building.
Dwayne?
That's El Mexicano that says Canelo is the face of El Boxeo.
Yo, listen. Hold up. Hey, yo, Mr. Miyagi. This is for you, Mr. Miyagi. Hey, yo, Jarvis. Open suit. Open the suit, Jarvis. Ah! Miyagi, that just happened. That just happened. That's for you, Mr. Miyagi.
All
Yo,
facts. What up?
your boy Junto's going to sleep.
Nah. Anyway, O's got to
Hey,
go.
yo, all facts. We out here fighting crime on these boxing streets. Help me out. You know what I'm saying? The front line going against us. Yo, that's that bullshit. Yo.
Hey, yo, boxing on rap. Welcome to Edwin's. Uh, Edwin got a hold of his grandson not too long ago, and his
Yeah.
grandson saw him on YouTube. So he said, "Hey, Grandpa, are
Are
you a
you a
some
superhero?
kind of superhero?"
And I was like, yup. Yeah, I can't lie to my grandson. I had to show him, grandson, I'm actually Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. So I gotta go out to Philly. Me and my his father, which is my son, my junior, and Edwin the third, he's 10 years old. So we're gonna go out to Philly to go out there, and I'm probably gonna try to like meet up with all facts, see if he come down to my sister's gym and shit. We hang out a little bit. So all facts, I'm gonna let you know because I'm going out to Philly to go see my grandson. You know what I mean? I gotta tell him his grandfather's Tony Starks. You know what I mean? That's who I am. Tony Stark, baby.
Vincent
Yo,
said, You fighting the haters."
hey, I'm fighting the haters, baby. Fighting the haters.
Hey, yo,
They're everywhere.
Loy is in the building. He says, "Inoue's gots to go."
Yo, Lloyd, bro, listen. We've been cool for a long time, Lloyd. Have you been sipping on that? You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yo,
Naoya, ain't no way is getting dropped.
hey, yo, we got videotape of Junto training.
No, 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 no,
I
no, no.
think I think we need to bring that video. Yes, you do. I think we do. I think I
Sa-
actually we need to put up footage of Junto Nakatani
no, no, no. You guys, when you
training.
see this video, read the shirt.
Yeah, because he's going there to try to get better. Yeah, we all know these. These are things that we all know about. Okay, so here is video right here of Junto Nakatani training.
Shout out to all facts for that video.
My boy, oh shit, my boy, All Facts put this together. No doubt about it. Here we go. We're gonna share the screen right here. Look at this guy right here. This guy's handsome. Okay, we have. Look at Junto. First of all, have you ever made a wait. First of all, Jojo. Look at Japanese fighters. Look at Junto. Look at Junto training. Look at the skills. Look at the skills.
Watch the footwork. Watch the footwork.
Look at the accuracy. Look at the accuracy. Watch the timing. Watch this. Watch this. The rhythm. Look at the speed. Watch. Oh shit,
wait till you see
Junto,
the
you look
footwork.
late.
Wait till you see the footwork. The footwork
Yo, the
crazy.
footwork is nasty. Check out the bounce step back. Ooh,
Oop.
did you see that? Amazing. Look at this. Yo, he is on these pads. Look at Junto.
Yo, look at Inoue. Yo, he look
Oh
just like
shit.
Inoue. Junto's the one holding the pads, laughing at Inoue like
Nah, Inoue got the shirt on. He's training Junto. You can see. You know what I'm saying? Look at Junto step back. Look at that. Look at the pullback. Fierce. Yo, this is skills right here. Look, oh man, the repetition is phenomenal. The accuracy is amazing. He's not missing. Yo, frontline, you ain't right for that. The step back. Bro, too good. He's too good, Mr. Miyagi. He's too good. Yo, you guys heard the reports that Saul Canelo Alvarez has accepted and that the deal is actually finalized for Mibilli? Mike Coppinger broke the story on Ring just a few hours ago.
Hey,
So
But if you go to All Facts channel, he broke that shit like 2 months ago.
Oh yeah, every like all facts was is one of the guys that definitely be keeping his ears to the street. Now we didn't know if it was actually gonna be because we
It,
did hear rumors
right.
of Terrence Crawford coming back, Saul saying no to him, Billy. In fact, then Resendiz, right? We said why didn't he fight Resendiz? And then all of a sudden now Resendiz got himself a fight with Jaime Munguia, which is out of Saul's stable with the same coach. Um, so we were wondering about Saul, but now this right here with Mike Carpenter, he's a credible source. I don't agree with everything he says, but he is a credible source, 100%. Um, so now that the fight got announced, now, you know what I'm saying, like all facts, people like my man right there, he can really like, you know, you need to give him his flowers because he was telling y'all this fight is going to happen and this is the way it's going to be and go. And Saul's going to try to make a run for those belts again. You know, he might just try to do it again. I'm not sure how far he goes, but we'll see. Especially if one of those guys can unify.
Hey, shout out to
Yeah.
Koki in the building. He said, "Let's go Knicks. Fuck Boston."
I've never been a Boston Celtics fan ever. I respect and love Larry Bird. He is one of my favorite players, Larry Bird. Yes, he is. But just him. Just him. I can't hate on the Birdman. That dude was special. But I was a Laker. I've been a Laker all my life. I've said this more than once on the show. I stopped watching basketball because LeBron James came to the team. The day he walked on as a Laker, that was the last game I ever watched. When he gets off the Lakers, I might watch basketball again.
Shout out to Puerto Rican Rum in the building. He says, "Salute Edwin. All facts. Jaime going to sleep,
Jaime going to sleep against Resendiz?
bro. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Just because of that performance with Resendiz with Caleb Plant, you guys are sold. You guys are forgetting Jaime can actually box. I
No,
know
no,
he
no, no,
gets
no, no.
a little fundamentally flawed. He falls asleep behind the wheel. He's been known to like stay in the pocket a little too long. But Jaime can actually box.
Here's the thing, though.
All right. Come on.
I got to send this based. Hold on, based on his
Yep.
last performance. That being
Caleb
said,
Plant.
based. I mean, that said, it's been a year of inactivity too.
Damn.
So that could be his Achilles heel right there. You know what I'm saying? And Jaime can pull it off. But I got Resendez winning. As long as he, you know what the fight of the night's going to be, though, Edwin?
What?
Duarte versus Fierro.
I don't think so.
You know why?
I don't. Okay, tell me why, but I don't think
Yo,
so.
did you see the press conference today? Yes or no?
I think Duarte's going to run through him.
Exactly.
It's not going to be a fight, a competitive fight, not
Nah,
the
it's
fight of
gonna
the
be a.
night. It's
You're
going to
gonna
be an
see
exciting
Duarte.
fight. There's going to be violence. Yes. I don't think it's going to be as competitive as Resendiz and Jaime.
True, true, true.
That's the way I see it.
Hey, yo, guys, Latinos in the building. There's a new Puerto Rican channel called Caribe Boxing. Check
A
the man
young
out.
man, he just started his channel.
Just started his channel like 3 weeks ago. Support the brother.
Yeah, I got to go over there and show up and meet him and talk some boxing with my fellow Latin brothers that are starting their channels. I can't tell you guys how many channels I've seen come and go since I've been doing this.
That's because of lack of support.
And not even the lack of support, it's just finding the time every
Yeah.
day to do this and to stay on up to boxing news and to watch boxing. And you gotta I dedicate a good portion of my life to this shit. You know, this shit is not you don't know how many channels I've actually seen come up and do great and boom. I've seen guys pass me in viewership and subscribers because they pay for their subscribers.
Yep.
One thing you could guarantee, I'm almost at 5,000, so please subscribe to the channel. Every one of my thousands, 4,900 subscribers, or whatever I have right now, every one have been boxing earned. Not one of them have I ever paid for, some subscribers or this and that. No, I made my way this way. It might be slow, steady, but I'm staying the course. You see some of these boxing channels, they got 100,000 subscribers with 24 views because you don't got boxing subscribers. You don't got 100,000 subscribers that actually watch boxing. No, you bought that. So when I hear a young Latin channel coming up, there's a lot that we can talk about and learn about this and stay the course. Don't get frustrated. Yo, frontline, I got to use the bathroom. Keep the chat going. I'm going to put you on the main screen. It's your show, brother. Go.
Darling. Yeah, so the dude just started three. He's got like 100 something subscribers, just up and coming. He's doing short, not short. He's doing shorts plus videos for now. But I'm sure once his subscribership gets up, he'll probably start going live. I don't know. I don't know him that well, but just putting it out there. See what we got going on. Precise is in the building. Salute. George in the building. Saludos. Nah, Cokie, it's not Frontline Show. Hell no. I can't do this. Y'all got to talk to me. Like, I can't just sit here and talk without talking to somebody. That's why I don't have a channel, because I can't talk to myself. I got to talk to somebody. Edwin could talk to himself all day. Puerto Rican Rum, if it's still in the chat, if you scroll up, I put his channel in the chat. It might have went away. I don't know. But yes, it's called Caribe Boxing. Check him out. I watch Latin boxing creators. Um, but yeah, that's why I don't have a channel, because I can't talk to myself. There's a lot of people that could do it. Good for them. I got to talk to somebody, or else I feel like I'm going crazy. So if y'all want to engage in something, Mr. Miyagi ain't shit. Favorite fighters. I gotta go with my Puerto Ricans. From Subriel all the way down to Oscar Collazo. You got Najee Lopez. Um, we got a lot of good. I like them all, to be honest. I don't just stick to one favorite. Um,
Okay.
I stick to my. Yeah, I'm glad you back. I can't. I'm glad I don't have a channel. I can't do this shit. I can't talk to myself. It's hard. It's just, I feel like I need medication if I start talking to myself.
Yo, this shit is not easy, bro. It's
Nah, it's
not.
not.
It's not. What I do, man, people like, oh, I'll get a boxing channel. I'll do this. I laugh. There's a lot of emotions I go through and I have gone through in the last 5 years. I went through the Rolodex of emotions. They don't like me. Some people like me. This guy says something bad about me. All that shit. I went through all that. And you just got to keep going. And this is not built for everybody. One person gets one bad comment, they melt down. I've seen it. I've seen it. I'll take it with a grain of salt. This is what I like to do. I got into a sport to talk about a sport about fighting. I get into my own little fights in the chat. I get on my own little fights in other people's platform. They say this and that about me. Think I let that shit affect me? I'm built for this shit. I'm built for this. So when I
Not
hear a
me.
lot
I
of
can't,
dudes
bro. I
starting,
I can't talk to
yep,
myself like most people. Like, I gotta have a conversation with somebody. Like, I can't just talk and not get an acknowledgement or response back.
yeah,
Puerto Rican Rum, to answer your question, yes, this guy does strictly Spanish. He doesn't do English. I don't even think he speaks English. He's almost like a
mm,
authentico boxing,
mm,
like Alex at authentico. Um, there's a couple like Latin like that speak pure Spanish, like El Brocas del Boxeo. He's one. Those are Puerto Rican channels. I try to
Mhm.
follow Latin people. It
Yeah,
may
yeah.
sound
As long
whatever,
as
but that's just me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure that Naoya Inoue and Junto and a lot of. Can you believe? Yo, I found this real odd today. A caller called in and said, now that Junto's going into enemy's territory and he's fighting in Naoya Inoue's backyard, and I'm sitting there going, yo, you do realize he's Japanese, right? Right? Like, he thinks that Junto's an American born Japan fighter, that he speaks English or something. I'm like, yo, Junto can't speak English. He's been out here 6 years. He still can't speak English. You know what I mean? What's he been doing? Like, but Junto was born in Japan.
Yo, he's training to kick Inoue's ass. Fuck English. He's training to kick Inoue's ass.
What he did, what Junto did is go to America to adapt the American style and to utilize it with what he already knows with the Japanese style. Um, that's a great fighter, a fighter that's willing to evolve, to go to other, like countries and learn their ways. What do they see in combat? Um, Fighting, you know, it's like a dance. It's like a dance. And when you guys got these guys at the highest level dancing at this level, um, I think they're not just gonna box. What we're about to witness is some of the best trap setups, some of the slickest punching, and two of the fighters that are gonna take some of the biggest risk. It's Japan's night. Um, I, I, I think Junto can survive for 12 rounds, but I don't think he's going in there to survive. I really
Oh,
don't.
oh shit, Edwin, my bad. I don't mean to change the topic, but did you see the belt Mauricio Suleiman made for
Whoa.
Cinco de Mayo?
Mm. Um,
Yo, that belt is fire.
Listen, I talked about this. I want to tell you guys about this, right? What the WBC is doing right now with those kind of belts, that's history. Those belts are one of a kind. The majority of those belts, the WBC is a Mexican owned organization. Now, they've been having this tradition on Cinco de Mayo to put up these boxing cards with Mexican fighters, and Mauricio has been making history with those tricked out belts. Why? In 30 years, 40 years, it's going to be rich, like there is now, rich Mexican people. There are millionaires that are Mexicans that are what? Boxing fans. These fighters are going to pass away. They're going to be gone. But guess what's not going to be gone? Those belts. Guess what those belts are? One of one. Every time they had a big fight, they switched up the color, the design. So you can tell what belt was what for what fight. Depending how deep your pockets are, you're a Mexican fighter. You mean to tell me if you saw Saul Canelo Alvarez's tricked out belt go into auction because maybe his son wants to sell it, or they want to donate it to boxing for Mexico, brother? What about Terrence Crawford? He took the belt with him to Omaha. If Terrence says, you know what, Terrence's son or somebody, oh, dad's been gone, I'm selling the belt, brother. How much is that belt worth? How about that
Millions.
ring?
Millions. One of a
Okay.
kind. You
No,
can't
it
find
is
it
one
nowhere
of a kind.
else.
Now, the WBC has many world champions. The green one, that is a very valuable belt, depending on who had it. Okay, cool. But those tricked out belts are one of one.
Or that chain that Ryan got from the
That's not a
WBC.
one of one.
Well, no, not no more. Not no
Not no
more.
more,
You're right.
but it's still going to be valuable. Yes.
Or that
Yes.
jacket that Navarrete got from
Not
the
that
WBC.
jacket. That's a one of one. That jacket Navarrete got from Mexico. Yo, some Mexican dude is going to see that jacket and they're going to be like, yo, what do you want for it?
Te la
You,
compro.
hell yeah, bro. Them Saul belts that he got,
Te
he's
la
got like four
compro.
or five of them.
Te la compro. De
Hell
una.
yeah, bro. You mean to tell me if a British man stumbled upon Tyson Fury's tricked out British belt that the WBC that was white and they had the British flag on it? Tell me that belt ain't gonna be worth something. That's a
Look
one
at
on one.
look at what Loki said. Mike Trout's card sold for $4 million.
Oh my god. I talk about Terrence Crawford's ring that comes off that started at 150,000. That ring is valued at 150. So we starting right there. That you can take off the lid and it's only a one-on-one for Saul and Terrence.
So wait,
If
hold
you
on,
was a
Edgar. Let me ask you
millionaire and you
something.
was a Mexican and you saw that ring on for sale on some fucking auction, would you buy it?
So let me ask you this though. Does it hold more value with a boxing fan or a fan of jewelry? Where would it
It
hold more value?
there's no telling. There's no telling. That is
That
a
could go either
measuring
way,
stick.
right?
I can't measure a man's desire for whatever reason. A boxer, he can feel more about the ring, but the other guy can be a collector of just things, rare things. He doesn't really care about boxing. He only cares about the rarity of the object. That's a collector. He's not typically in love with all the things he buys. He only likes the rarity in it. So I can't measure that because a boxing fan is sobbing, saying, this is like my great grandfather. I love boxing this much. He should be entitled to it or should want it more. No. So that in itself, but I do know I'm a bit of a collector myself. I like to buy shit, collect shit, toys. I got a lot of them. If you guys just look on this side of the room, you'll see the rest of a lot of shit I got. But I know one thing for sure. There's no way in God's green earth. If I'm walking by, there's a auction. Saul Canelo Alvarez's tricked out belts are on, bro. I need that. I need that. And I'm Puerto Rican and I need that. I want that right there. That's just history, and the ones that Naoya Inoue is getting too. They tricking out a belt for him in Junto. Watch. The WBC rocks with them.
Hey,
I
Mr.
think,
Miyagi wants to know,
go ahead.
has the WBC made a ring for the Inoue Nakatani? Question. And then I'm just someone says, is it included in the fee WBC charges for the sanctioning, or is it more? Is it a gift to the winner? All questions.
Okay. It's supposed to be a gift to the winner. There is negotiations behind the scenes behind the WBC. They're trying to say that they were charging the fighters for these things. Not so. Not so. If that was true, the proof is right in front of you. Why didn't they charge Terrence Crawford for the ring up front? For them just to participate, to fight for it. Why didn't Saul's payment go up? It was the same payment he paid the last fight. So these are gifts. And the money that Terrence owed, the belt and the ring was worth more. If you want to know. So if you add the other 100,000 from the other fight, it might have been worth slightly more the sanctioning fees because he owed 100,000 Terrence. But if we weren't talking about that 100,000 just that night of the fight, that belt they made in the ring was worth more money than the sanctioning fees Terrence had to pay. Yes.
I'm just someone wants to know, are you speculating or do you know that for a fact?
I know that to be a fact because of what Terrence Crawford and Suleiman himself said out of their own mouths. I'm only going by their interviews. That's it. Suleiman had said that Terrence owed him 100,000 for business in the past. That's where that extra 100,000 came from. It didn't come from the belt or the ring. He specifically said the extra 100,000 came from money you owe me on the back end. He didn't say you owe me 100,000 because of the ring and the belt. And when Terrence Crawford to this day has not paid those sanctioning fees, why haven't they taken back the ring or the belt? Why haven't they? Because he would have to pay for that if there was a fee. If there was a fee for that ring and that belt, and you didn't pay that fee, Suleiman could take you to court. It was obviously a gift. Why was it a gift? Because it was up for grab for both men. Although we know that belt in that ring was sized for Saul Canelo Alvarez, not Terrence Crawford. That ring wasn't measured for Terrence. That was for Saul's hand. We know that. But
There's two
they
front lines down.
rightfully gave it. They rightfully gave it to Terrence Crawford and didn't ask for it back. That was a gift, an award that you earned on that night, regardless of the sanctioning fees. Regardless of the sanctioning fees, that ring and that belt went to the winner. And it did. And it did. Hold up, Frontline. I see you having problems. I'm turning this other thing off over here. Hold on. I got you. I got you. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Fun Truck's in the building. He said drop the link.
I got you. Fun Truck, I'm having some freaking issues with this link shit today. So let's see if you can even, as you can see, it keeps kicking him off. But I think he's an inoue hater, and Jarvis knows it. So let's see if Fun Truck can come up here. What's up with the chat? Fun Truck, brother of the chat. The link is, oh, okay. I got you. All right, I dropped the link. Yo, Frontline, you there? Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Something's up again. Frontline,
Yo,
bro.
this shit acting up
What's up with
again.
your cable bill?
The cable, but I'm on my phone.
Fun Truck in the building.
Let's go, guys. Let's fucking go.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Excited for.
Yes, I'm excited for it, but we lost you, brother. You there? Damn, Fun Truck's having the same problem. Oh no, Frontline is. Yo, I think my whole system is actually. Yup. You guys there? And we're back.
Cool.
Fun Truck, what's up? You there?
Fun Truck, what up? You hear me,
Damn.
Edwin?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Damn, this shit is acting up. But I got Fun Truck up. I just can't hear him. Okay, right here. Right here. Hold on. Let me see if I got him now. Yeah, there's something's wrong with the software with the restream Fun Truck.
Yeah, it's kicking me out.
Yeah, it is. I
Yo, that's
apologize
because
for that.
you got Nakatani too, right? Fun truck.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he
No, he
does.
doesn't.
Mr.
he,
Miyagi says Virus Edwin.
yo, listen. I'm sorry, gentlemen. It's obviously not letting you up. I think it's a glitch inside of the matrix here because I think that Frontline doesn't want any
No,
Neo Yanino
hold on. Fun truck's
supporters.
in the chat. Fun truck's in the chat. Hey, Fun truck, you got Nakatani, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yo, yeah, he got Nakatani, I think.
Yeah, that's why he's getting booted out. Me too. I'm getting booted out for the same reason because
Hey, yo,
Nakatani's about to
nah,
sleep
you just
anyway.
don't want no Neo Yanino support to come up here. That's what it is. Yo, I'm sorry, Fun Truck. We'll have it on another day when my system's up,
Oh yeah,
brother.
ain't no
You
way.
gotta catch up.
Oh yeah, ain't no way. Yo, Adam Hurley in the building. A lot of good fights tomorrow. I think you're talking about Saturday, unless tomorrow there's a bunch of fights. But oh, don't forget we got the monster in the morning, the monster in the evening, and then midday we got Wardley versus Dubois
Mm-hmm.
or Dubois,
Yes.
whatever,
Uh,
the UK
uh,
fight.
yeah, yeah. And stripping him because he didn't pay, right? All right. Um there's a real bad problem with that situation with Terrence Crawford. It's a real bad problem because when you go back and the day that Terrence Crawford officially becomes retired, because we know I think he's coming back, right? So after 5 years of retirement, they they put you up for the Hall of Fame, and at that point, they're gonna go through your boxing record. Being stripped and vacate a belt are two different things. Being stripped in the rule books means you did not meet the requirements and you weren't acting like a champion, meaning for whatever reason, whether they offered you a mandatory, you denied it, that's not a champion. They're going to take their belt. When that happens, that goes down in your boxing record. It means that at some point in your career, you didn't meet the requirements as a champion. Either you lost your belt on the scale, denied a mandatory, for several reasons. But all of the reasons mean you were not acting like a champion. And when you're calling these guys the best fighters in the world, the greatest to ever do it, and he's got that on his resume, that's like having an F on your report card. Some people want to overlook it because ignorance is blitz. When people are arguing their favorite fighter, they go, that don't mean nothing. No, you're just saying it don't mean nothing. Why isn't that my favorite fighter doesn't have that on his resume? Why is it that my favorite fighter, my favorite champion accepted all challenges? But your guy, not once, but twice, two times. So in the debate later, when Terrence Crawford is up there arguing his way in with the greatest to ever do it, if none of those other guys ever got stripped, that alone, brother, at two times in your career, you didn't meet the requirements of a champion. Not once, but twice. And you're sitting here talking to me, a real champion, that I got a fucking flawless record. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got undisputed 3 times. Good for you. You only fought once in one division and you only fought once in the other. It's not very hard to do. Bro, it's kind of like you're going to be standing in front of these legends with Terrence Crawford's record. You're going to be standing there and you're going to soon realize, yeah, you did some shit, but not really the best. And that's gonna hurt because one thing I can't deny, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Terrence Crawford is the best in this era. He
Yep.
is the
Edwin,
best in this era.
speaking of Bud, what do you think about the beef going on social media between Bud and Boots?
Uh,
If that fight was to happen, who do you have and how?
uh, it- you want me to tell the truth?
Obviously, we don't want you to sugarcoat it.
uh,
If let's say the fight happens at, I don't know,
no,
if
listen. Look. Okay, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth, man. Um, everybody wants to hype that fight up, like Jerron Boots Ennis can beat Terrence Crawford. The truth is, the truth. Jerron Boots Ennis hasn't reached Terrence Crawford's level at no point in his career. I'm sorry. There's no version yet today that of Jerron Boots Ennis that can beat any version of Terrence Crawford. Jerron Boots Ennis hasn't reached Terrence Crawford's level. Although it made for great entertainment, Jerron Boots Ennis they were throwing around names like Phenon and everything. He was real, flashy and everything. But real technical boxing, Jerron Boots Ennis is not a boxer like Terrence Crawford. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. Yeah, Jerron Boots Ennis is athletic, fast, speed, power, and exciting. That doesn't spell boxer. A real boxer, a boxer that has a system, that runs a system. That's Terrence Crawford. Jerron Boots Ennis doesn't fight like that. Jerron Boots Ennis can't make adjustments like Terrence Crawford. If that was true, why didn't he do it against Karen? Not once, but twice. He can't cut the ring. His footwork's not better than Terrence. He can't switch right to lefty. I mean, the truth is the truth. We got to hype somebody up to get next to Terrence. I understood that. I understood at one upon a time, he was a threat because he was a mandatory for the IBF. Though interesting and great for the sport, Jerron Boots Ennis is going to fight Terrence Crawford. Okay, that's, it adds, and yeah, maybe he'll beat, but reality, Boots would have got hurt. If you would have put Boots in the ring with Terrence Crawford before he went to 154 to fight Madrimov, he would have beat the shit out of Boots. Boots wasn't ready for him. Now, I'm not saying that Boots can't get to that level. Eventually, Boots will be there. If he can get the right opponents and get up there in good quality fights. But Terrence understands things about fighting that, look, remember when Terrence Crawford was fighting Sean Porter? He was playing with Sean Porter. He gave Sean Porter respect just because he was another brother. You better believe that. And then when they whispered in Terrence Crawford's ear, hey, Terrence, they're saying you're losing the fight. What did he do? He said, all games are over. Whoop, boop, out. And his father was like, stay down, son. Terrence Crawford's on a different level than Jerron Boots Ennis, bro. Jerron Boots Ennis, a lot of these dudes are just, look at how he did. Bro, but look at his opponent. They were basically standing there like this. And he's so athletic that Jerron Boots Ennis shined. He looked good, flashy. But I remind you, real boxing is what carried Terrence Crawford over 2 divisions to whoop Saul. That's real boxing. Jerron Boots Ennis can't do that to Saul Canelo Alvarez. Melo Pico, put fucking Ennis in the ring with Saul. See what happens. Saul's gonna knock him out. Saul's gonna drag him out to deep water, and he's gonna brutalize Ennis that doesn't have a lot of 12 championship experience. What made Terrence beat Canelo was a pure boxer. And Ennis is not that. I'll buy into it for a while. I'll promote the fight. I'll say, yeah, what exciting. It's my job. This is what I do. But if you put round one corner on the spot, round one, tell me the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. Jarampu said there's no point, not even up to today. He can't beat Terrence, bro. I don't know where people are saying that it would be a fight even. That's bro. No. Jarampu Ennis can't do that against Saul. No, he can't. Nah, brother. Dudes they think that boxing is easy. Like, they can't separate athleticism, slick fighters and stuff, and they mistake them for real technical boxers. Saul Canelo Alvarez is a technical boxer. Saul is a master at boxing. He might not have all the speed in the world, all the flashy cutting angles, but you're not just going to outsmart a fighter like Saul like that. What Terrence did, that was phenomenal. On some Demetrius Bivol shit. You remember when Laura fought Saul? Like, those were boxers, bro. Jarampu Ennis don't fight like that, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, bro. If we're talking real, no. He's never been on that level. I'm sorry, bro. Terrence is just, he's the greatest in our era. From our era, he's probably the best boxer in on that upper category. Naoya Inoue for the lower weight from let's say 126 down. He dominated that in our era. And then as far as heavyweight champions, of course Usyk now because he got the 4 belts, but I think Joshua had a great run. Klitschko's, they was not in the same era. Klitschko wasn't in the same era. He was a little out from Usyk, but I mean, for heavyweight champions, I'll give it to Usyk for now. Tyson Fury had a good run. AJ had a good run. The fact that he beat both of them, not once but twice, Usyk gotta go down as the best right now. But yeah, I give Terrence his props. No matter what he decided to do on his way out, business-wise, that doesn't take away from what he did in the ring. As far as accomplishments, Terrence got the 3 division, all 4 belts. But as far as the best to ever do it, those are different, separate conversations. I'll give Terrence Crawford his status for what he did in his era during his time. Yes. Terrence Crawford, I'm not sure if he can beat Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he can beat Floyd. I don't think Terrence can beat Pretty Boy Floyd, no. I don't think he can beat Sugar Ray Leonard, no. Sugar Ray Robinson, hell no. That's why I can't put him to the greatest to ever do it. There's a lot of guys, man, that can argue those points. How about Roy Jones Jr. in his prime? I'm not sure Terrence beats Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, bro. I'm not ready to stamp that. And it's just not because of my era or my time that I'm being biased. These guys were an exception. Shit, let me tell you something right now. In a real world, if you were to make both men the same size, I'm not sure if Terrence Crawford beats Salvador Sanchez. I don't know. I don't know if Terrence Crawford beats Saul Canelo. Julio Cesar Chavez in his prime. Julio Cesar Chavez was just too much of a problem. He could take a punch in his prime. He had an iron chin and a will in the. I'm not sure. Maybe Terrence might fold under that 11th, 12th round. It might be too much. Mildred Taylor, he took a beating from Saul. He was in there. Mildred Taylor was, I think, even faster in his combinations than Terrence Crawford. Mildred Taylor. And Saul folded him like a lawn chair with like 4 seconds left in the fight. I'm not sure if Terrence can beat Saul, man. I'm just being honest. I'm not sure. Because I know for a fact prime Saul Canelo Alvarez would not beat Julio Cesar Chavez. No. A prime Julio Cesar Chavez beats Canelo. Yeah. Julio Cesar Chavez is too much for Canelo. He would have been too much. He was in just a different era of men. That Mexican man, ooh, I would hate to run into him in an alley. You're going to be there for a minute. You're not going to out. Like, if you're thinking about drowning a fighter like Julio Cesar Chavez, good luck. He's got a gas tank for days and the fucking drive and the punch output to match. He was a nightmare. Oh, a nightmare. Yeah, and that's just my assessment. That's just my assessment, whether you agree with me or not. You have the right to your opinion as well. But that's what I really believe. I don't see Jaron Boots Ennis like the rest of the world sees him. I see a lot of flaws. I see a lot of inactivity. I don't see greater opponents. I see a person with all the potential in the world in Jaron Boots Ennis, just not managed the correct way. I don't think he got better when he needed to. And it's not his fault. Jaron Boots Ennis' fault. He had a lot of promotional hiccups, a lot of inactivity. And I just don't think he ever turned out to be the fighter just yet. He has time. Jaron Boots Ennis has time. Definitely, if he was to beat Xander Zayas, now he could start going in that direction towards, like, some of the guys saying he could beat Terrence Crawford. But listen, let me tell you something, fight fans, before I end this live. Don't say that shit too loud. I promise you. You keep yelling that shit, saying that Jaron Boots Ennis is going to beat Terrence Crawford. That man is so competitive at night, he'll probably let that shit burn in his head. Don't make that man come back. Don't. Because it's good enough that Jaron Boots Ennis is still undefeated and Terrence retired undefeated for the Americans. So you're going to bring back another American fighter to beat an American fighter, to take away his O, or to take Terrence's O. That's what you're applauding. You want the Americans to attack the Americans. Once again, that's how we're bred. That's how we are in America. That's how they got us. You know what I'm saying? So, fight fans, listen, love yourselves. And remember, I'm not taking shots at anybody. I'm critical on fighters. I'm critical on situation. But I never say these fighters suck. Never. I don't say that this guy sucks. I don't say that this guy's no good. I give you my opinion like you have one. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And with that, my friends, I leave you. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor. Reach down there, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Become a Round One Sports Talk member. Help the channel grow. Help some of these small channels like myself stick around a lot longer to bring you guys boxing news and have something for you guys to do. Thank you, fight fans. It's been my pleasure. I'll see you on the next one.